What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes, about to take you on a service call where the Burnham gas-fired steam boiler, the gas valve's making this horrible noise, and they can hear it all the way up on the second floor, and it's keeping them up all night long. Let me show you the right way on how to change out a gas valve, including using a digital manometer to check for the inlet and outlet pressures, followed by a combustion analysis using the Testo 320. If you ain't testing, you're guessing. Let's go! How you doing, sir? All right. It's like we're in a living in Alaska. Tell me what's going on today. How can I help?
So remember last time you came here, if that buzzing sound comes back.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like a couple of years. So it's not doing it now, but it was doing it a lot before.
Okay.
And I had to like turn it off overnight because you can't sleep with that noise. You can hear it all the way to the second floor, you know. So I remember you saying that if that continues, you have to replace the gas valve. The mechanism that's behind this.
I wish we could. Want to turn the heat on? Raise it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Derek, I knew I replaced the water heater here.
Oh yeah.
I knew it.
Why is it not in the issue?
I don't know why it's not in the system. What's the manufacture date of this bad boy? Oh, 2020.
Oh.
Wow, time flies, man. Mike and I replaced this wood. Just keeping it real. Listen, I'm not perfect. There's no drip leg, but just cocky on the relief valve. Oh.
It's wet.
It's wet. We have discharge on the relief. Let's see, they have a backflow prevention device on the water main? No, but they got a lead. Look at that lead water main right here. That's a lead pipe. That is dangerous. Don't even look at it. Wow. All right, so back to the patient.
Yeah, you can hear the patient out there. It would come from there.
Yeah, not the noise we're hearing right now?
No, not the noise.
Okay, because the thermostat relay is a little noisy. All right.
I mean, I cleaned it last year. Those things you told me to clean once a year. You told me
Yeah,
to
the
come
burners.
out and to empty out the tank every 30 days.
The boiler.
Yeah, the boiler.
Yeah, the water heater every few years. By the way, you have a little drip on your relief valve on the water heater.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I would like to hear the noise, but if you're 100% positive it's coming from the gas valve, making like a loud electrical noise, you know, we could change it out for you.
Yeah, I saw one of your videos where you went to a guy's house and you could hear like make a buzzing sound.
Yeah, it's rare, but it does happen, and it's abnormal, and especially if you're hearing it only on the second floor, definitely not normal. But all right, you know, I very rarely replace a gas valve, very rarely, but in the last 2 days, this will be the second one.
I should have recorded it. I mean,
No, the noise it was making, if that's the noise that you heard, yes, and. Like you said, I have other videos that show replacing of this, where it's making that horrible, horrible, loud metallic sound. Like, yeah, and, you know, but sometimes it's caused by something else, like a low water cutoff, especially on a steam boiler. But yeah. Let's see if the unit cooperates. Yes, it does.
That's all the warning. Don't mess with that.
Yeah. Well, at least the gas is supported. Okay. All right, now time to get the gas valve out. And we'll hold back with the larger wrench. All right. Oh. So, Derek, go back to the truck. Whatever. At the back door, I put a wire brush in. Whatever, it's fine. You put it in there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see.
Not the same as my wooden handle one,
Yeah,
but
no.
I missed that one.
Whoa.
All right. Damn, even the dope is frozen. Look at that. It's crazy. When we're going to need to do a combustion analysis. Wait, don't do it right away. All right, so here's a new valve. Now, it's not the same exact model number, but you'll notice we have a direction, an arrow, and then we have 1/2 inch in, 3/4 out. But what's great about these Honeywell valves is that it comes with a bushing. All right. Now, normally on gas, you're not allowed to use bushing, right? That's just frowned upon, but let's put other way. So there's bushing. The dope is, where's the dope? But on the control, you can. It's kind of like street fittings on gas. You don't really. Yeah. And I should probably look that up in the code and make a video about it, believe it or not. So make sure the arrow is also the right direction. So look, it's marked San Diego, California, but assembled in Mexico. Well, it's nearby.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to the border where the California border meets with Mexico and meets the Pacific Ocean. I've been there.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah.
So it's like
it's called. I
basically
forgot it's
the
called.
corner
It's
of
called like Freedom Park or something. Where it's called, but I went there, and there's a patrol there, and the fence actually extends into the ocean, right? And there's actually I spoke with the border. This was a year, probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and I spoke with the border officer. And they actually let people, like, if you have family there on Mexico and, like, you're here, you can actually go up to the fence. You can talk to them. They'll let you.
Oh, like, and then...
Yeah. But it's like, you can't even fit a piece of paper through the fence, though. It's like, it's so tiny. Like, it's like a screen, but it's like iron, like, fence. It's crazy. That's cool, yeah. And the guy goes, yeah, you can walk through. There's a door to get into Mexico that way. It's like, we'll let you in there. But you ain't coming back in. It's pretty cool, yeah. I was in San Diego. We did a trip down from San Francisco. We drove down the Pacific Coast Highway. That's the little piece there. It's fine. Okay, good. Now, let's hook up our... Actually, yeah, let's hook that up. I was thinking about letting the air get purged out when the pilot is on, but it's electronic ignition. It'll go quick. clean this off a little bit. This gas pipe has been there for, 2011. 14 years.
Yeah, it felt like a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like 2001, but. So hold on, when you did the oil to gas conversion, you kept the water heater?
No, this is
You got a new water heater then when you did the boiler? Or the water heater was already here?
Nah, there was an old one.
Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say, I put that in like 5 years ago. I'm like, why? And it's only like 2011. Like,
No, the other previous one you removed.
gotcha. All right, so now let's get a little snug on this. Okay, so now we have to connect the wires on the gas valve. So on the gas valve, we have PV from the top, PV MV and MV. So pilot valve, main valve, and main valve. And that's on that one. Now on this one, is it still the same? Let's see.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, PV, PV, MV, MV.
The top is
PV, PV.
PV on top. So PV is the yellow wire. Where did it go? There it is. So the yellow wire is PV. And then we have PVMV, which is white. And then the orange is MV. So main valve, pilot valve, main valve. Why aren't you going on there? There you go. Okay, make sure that's set to the on position. All right, so now, turn the gas on, fire up. Low water cutoff is gonna cycle. Once that restarts, and it's a call for heat, the light on the electronic ignition module will start to flash. Damper is opening. Damper is open. There's the light. Tick, 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 tick. Steady heartbeat on the light. The air is getting purged out of the pilot tubing and also the gas tubing, and then we'll have ignition. It may time out. Wait for that sound to change. We got ignition. A little bit of a long delay there, though. So a little bit of a long delay with the ignition. And we have some buildup on the pilot hood and that spark igniter. And I think the easiest way to do this would be to probably take the burner out and clean it. Yeah, let's do that. See, it's got a little bit of buildup on there. So let's use that wire brush, which I have right here, and clean off that I took. All right. Significantly cleaner. All right. Now. All right, let's fire up and see how the delay is better now. Damper is probably closing. Yep, damper is closing because it was open when the power's turned off. Once the low water cutoff stops flashing, damper opens. Once the damper opens, it'll get a signal to the electronic ignition module, 24 volts, which will then power the spark igniter and send 24 volts to pilot valve. Okay, much quicker. Look at that. Went from like 20 seconds to like 3 seconds. See that? Little TLC is all you need sometimes. We're going to check our inlet pressure to the gas valve. We need to meet minimums. Gas pressure. We have max of 14 inches of water column, minimum 4.5 inches of water column. So let's test that right now. With our digital manometer, zero that out. Put that on there. Let's zero that again. Turn the gas on, and we have 6.23 inches of water column. So we're good there. So let's take that back out. Let's put that plug back into the inlet side of the gas valve. All right, and now we're going to remove the plug on the outlet side of the gas valve, which likes to cooperate. This is crazy tight. All right, so now that's removed. Let's put this in there. Okay, and let's turn the gas back on, turn the power switch on. And we're gonna see what the gas pressure is when it fires up. And it needs to be, if you look at the rating plate, manifold pressure, 3.5 inches of water column. So we'll make adjustments to the gas valve pressure if it is not 3.5 inches. And this needs to be done if you're ever replacing a gas valve. Otherwise, you're not testing, you're guessing. Damper is almost done opening. Thermostat really. Okay, pilot valve is open. Main valve is opening. It takes a couple seconds for it to fully open, and we are at 3.6, 3.7, 3.6, 3.7, 3.6, 3.7. And we need to be 3.5. So, do we need to adjust that? Why not? Let's adjust it. I don't know what happened to my big flat screwdriver. It's not there anymore. It's up here. So, I'm going to make an adjustment to the gas valve pressure. 3.69. I know it's almost where it needs to be, but we're going to make that a little bit better. 3.53, 3.5, 3.52, 3.55. I think that's as close as it's going to get. All right, last but not least, combustion analysis. Proving the boiler's burning properly. 410 degrees of stack temperature. O2 of 8.3, carbon monoxide 34, efficiency 80.4. We're going to clipboard that and then pull that out and do draft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. If you live in the Long Island area and you're tired of getting bamboozled by your HVAC contractor, pick up the phone and call me 516-348-6300. If you ain't testing, you're guessing. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, the ones that are in the trade, I'm speaking to you right now. Test, don't guess. Thanks for watching. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video. Thanks again for watching. Be well, God bless, stay safe.